Here's a great example of how to upsell with purpose. I was speaking at a conference in Hobart many years ago, and I had to get from the conference to the hotel. Cab driver asks me, hey, where do you want to go? And I say to him, hey, look, I want to go to this hotel. He says, yep, no problems, I'll take you there. Hey, have you been to Hobart before? Hey, no, I haven't. That's interesting. I'll show you around a little as we go through. I won't go out of the way, but I'll just point some things out to you. Do you mind? I said, no, that's great. So he points out the history to me, which was fantastic. So I got a little bit engaged with this guy. And then towards the end of the trip, he says, look, what are you doing tonight? And I say to him, look, I'm actually going back to the conference. He said, great, what time? I said, about 7. He goes, how about I come and pick you up? I said, look, you don't have to. I don't know if I'll be ready on time or whatever. He said, doesn't matter. I'll be there at 7 o'clock and I'll come and take you out there. I said, okay, great, fine. So I paid for the fare. 7 o'clock, I'm getting ready and I'm rushing downstairs because someone's waiting for me. So at 7 o'clock, I'm down at the foyer and this cab's waiting for me. I get in the cab. He says, back to where you spoke at the conference. I said, yep. So I go back to the conference. So he's just upsold me double. I go back to the conference and on the way in there, he asks me the question, what time are you going to finish tonight? I said, look, probably about 11 o'clock. And he said, how about I pick you up? And I said, look, I don't know if I'll finish at 11. I might have a few beers. I might stay longer. I might stay shorter because I get bored. He said, doesn't matter. I'll be there at 11 o'clock and I'll hang around a couple of minutes. I said, look, okay, great. At 11 o'clock, it was like my mother was waiting for me. I go downstairs and there's this cab waiting for me. He takes me back to my hotel again. On the way to the hotel, he asks me what I'm doing the next day. I said, look, I'm flying home the next day. What time? I said, the flight's about 9:30. He said, great. How about I come and pick you up about 7? Would you mind? I said, no, you're just taking all the thought out of my head. So 7 o'clock in the morning, he's there, picks me up and takes me to the airport, which was a much longer fare. So he upsold me from the conference to the hotel. Well, that was the sale. Upsold me back, which was double. Sold me a trip back again, which made it triple. And then all the way over to the airport, which made it an 800% upsell. I asked him why he did this. I said, why do you care? Is this your cab? He said, no, it's not my cab. I said, well, why do you care? He said, well, look, this is what I do. I drive cabs. I'm proud of my city and I love to show it around. I like people to leave this place with a good feeling about it. I thought, oh, wow, look at that. A guy who's driving a cab can make an 800% upsell, and yet here we are in these professional services or in businesses that are just dying to be upsold, and we can't do it. There's nothing in your way. He had a purpose, and he used that purpose, whether intentionally or not, he used it to upsell like a demon. So if he can do it, you can do it, and I can do it. Take care. Thanks again for tuning in.